Hey guys, it's Kirsten and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on the company Hush. They were kind enough to send me a few of their products to try out for you guys. So in this video today, the reason why I'm not wearing any makeup is because I'm going to be doing a little mini haul for you guys and then a review of the palettes that they sent me, as well as some swatches, and just give you guys my overall thoughts on the products that they send me. Just a little bit about Hush that I have up right here that I wanted to let you guys know. They carry tons of different products. They carry high-end products as well as super affordable products, Korean skincare products, makeup brushes, tools, etc. They have so many different products that you guys can try out and purchase, and they're all super affordable. I think the most expensive eyeshadow palette that is on their website is like $12. Don't quote me, I'm pretty sure that's the most expensive, but they're all super affordable. $12 is not bad for a really nice eyeshadow palette, and they also offer free shipping on orders over $25. So you could get 2 or 3 palettes for $30 and get free shipping as well. So it's a really good deal. They're a really good website, and I'm so thankful that they were kind enough to send me some products to try out today. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm not sure what kind of makeup look I'm going to go for yet. I'm just going to try out the palettes, swatch a few, see which one I'm feeling, and we'll see what comes of it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you want to see the products that I received, just go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so the first palette that they sent me is the Aphrodite eyeshadow palette. It's an 18 color eyeshadow palette, and I'm assuming by the brand Bad Habit. So the inside is exactly the same as the packaging. It's a really pretty palette, and when you open it up, it comes with one of these little shadow protectors. This is what the palette looks like. This looks exactly like the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, so I bet this would be a really good dupe for that palette. Also, what I like is that it does have a mirror, which a lot of affordable eyeshadow palettes usually don't, because that is an extra cost. So it's really cool that it comes with a mirror, and the shadows look really pretty. So that is the... I literally just dug my fingernail into that. That sucks. But this looks really pretty, and I can't wait to try this out. Okay, so the next palette they sent me is also by the brand Bad Habit, I'm assuming, and it's called the Retro Love palette. And by the looks of this one as well, it looks like it could be a super good dupe for the Subculture palette by Anastasia. Okay, so here is the palette. It looks exactly the same as the packaging, just like the first one. And when you open it up, it also comes with one of these little protector sleeves over top of the shadows. And this is a super gorgeous palette. Also comes with a mirror, so that's super great that it has that. This literally looks exactly like the Subculture palette, so that's pretty cool. Could possibly be a really good dupe for that if you didn't want to spend $40 on a palette. This one is only around 10 or 12. So really good deal. We'll see how they swatch. So as for the next palette they sent me the Sugar palette, and it looks like it's by the brand Face Candy. So this one's a different brand. It's also an 18 color eyeshadow palette. So when you open up this, it looks like this on the inside. Also comes with a mirror. This one is a different like outside packaging though. It's more of like a metal material, whereas the other ones were more of like a cardboard material. So this one's a little better quality packaging, but it looks beautiful. The colors are really pretty. It looks like a lot of shimmery, neutral, and matte shades, so you get a mix of everything. This kind of reminds me of the Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced. So this could be a dupe for that as well. I keep digging my fingernails in all of the shadows. This one's broken now too. Yeah, this looks super fun, and we'll see how this one works as well. Okay, so for the last palette they sent me, this one is by the brand Bad Habit as well. So 3 from Bad Habit, 1 from Face Candy, but this one is a highlighter palette. So this one is called Rose Highlight Collection, and it comes with 6 different highlights as shown on the back here. If we open up this one, I'll show you guys what this looks like. So this is what the inside looks like, same as the packaging, just like all of them. And when you open it up, you get another plastic sleeve. They all come with them. And here are the highlighters. This looks gorgeous. I love it. They look so pretty. They look like really nice highlights. Also comes with a mirror. This kind of reminds me of some of the ABH Glow kits, but this one has a mirror, whereas the ABH Glow kits don't. And it comes with 6 shades, so that's really cool. I'm just going to swatch some of these right now because they look really pretty. So the first shade is called Pinkies Up. Gorgeous. The second shade in the middle here is called Cheers. Also super gorgeous. And then this white shade looks really pretty right here. It's like a whitish, like an opalescent kind of shade. Let's see that one. Also super pretty. They're really pigmented. So for a palette that's so affordable, these seem like really pigmented, creamy shades. I don't know how well they perform on the face, but we'll see when we do our look. Oh, I think they sent me a lipstick too. Okay, so I am back and have the lipstick that they sent me. It looks like it's by the brand Clean Color, and it's called Madly Matte. Like a super pretty mauve shade though. It's really gorgeous. It's a really pretty mauve shade. It smells like, it literally smells like coconut. It smells so good. If you're not a fan of scented liquid lips or anything scented, then you may not like this, but it's a really pretty color. It looks super opaque, and it seems like it'd be a pretty good liquid lipstick. It's pretty creamy, so we'll try and incorporate this today as well. So that's it for everything they sent me. I'm really thankful that they wanted to send me these products to try out on my channel. I'm so excited to try them. They look like really nice palettes, and yeah, so let's get into the look. I'm thinking maybe we can do a little review side by side, or a look side by side. One palette on this side and one on the other, to see how they perform against each other and see if this is a good dupe or worth the money compared to like the higher end palette. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. So I don't know if I want to go in with the Retro Love or the Aphrodite. I'm kind of leaning towards Aphrodite because these glitter shades I feel like would be really hard to make inexpensively, if that makes sense, because they are like kind of similar shades to the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. We can kind of see if they compare. I just swatched this one. I keep pointing at it. But we can kind of see if they compare to the glitter shades in the Huda Beauty palette, because those are really beautiful colors. So I think I'm going to go with something like this. Okay, so I have my Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette right here and the Aphrodite palette right here. So I think I'm just going to do a look using these because they're very similar shades. I'm going to be doing one eye using this palette and one eye using this palette and see how they compare and if they are similar quality and similar blendability and how they work compared to each other, because this is significantly more inexpensive than this palette. So just from the start, just packaging wise, I actually like the Aphrodite palette a little bit better just because it does have the mirror, whereas the Huda Beauty palette doesn't come with a mirror. It's just a clear case over top. So right off the bat, I feel like this palette is packaged a lot better just because of the fact that it has a mirror, because it's kind of inconvenient to not have one in this palette. Then you have to bring a mirror in the palette if you're traveling somewhere with it, whereas this one has it all in one. But you can see, just if I open them up here, they're literally almost identical shade wise. They're just set up differently in terms of where the colors are placed in the palettes, but they are almost identical. So I'm just going to do some side-by-side swatches of a few of them just so you guys can see what they look like. I'm going to start with Henna because it's one of my favorite palettes in the Huda Beauty palette. One of my favorite colors, I mean. It's like a nice burnt orange shade. So I'm just going to be applying that on my arm right here. So there's Henna from the Huda Beauty palette, and then this shade right here in the Aphrodite palette called Romance is almost exactly the same shade. So yeah, they're almost identical in terms of color. This one is a little bit more sheer, but as far as the shade, They are basically the same. Next, I'm going to go into Seduction in the Aphrodite palette right here and apply that on my arm right here. So there's Seduction. I'm going to go in with the shade Cocoa in the Huda Beauty palette and apply that right next to it. Yeah, so those are literally basically the same shade. The Aphrodite palette one actually looks a little bit better than the Huda Beauty one, to be honest, as well, in terms of pigmentation. This one was definitely a way better swatch than this was, and I picked up the same amount of product. So yeah, it seems like they're pretty good shadows. So I'm going to try one of the shimmer shades now, since these were both matte, to see how the shimmers compare. So I'm going to go in with Sparks right here in the Aphrodite palette. I'm anxious to see how these glitters perform compared to the Huda Beauty ones, because those are really nice glitters. So here's Sparks. Oh my god. That is gorgeous. That is such a pretty color. I didn't think that the glitter shades would perform as well, since it is a more inexpensive palette, but that looks beautiful. And then I'm going to go in with 24 Karat right here in the Huda Beauty palette. Running out of room on my arm here. Okay, yeah, so they are literally the same shade. And they both look exactly alike. Like, they're so similar. The quality is, as far as swatching goes, looks super nice. It swatched really creamy, really well. I got glitter all over my arm. But yeah, these look so pretty. So as you can see, I already have my brows done and my lids primed. I might go in and touch them up though. But I put the same concealer on both sides of my lids just to give it a fair shot. I might go in and actually just add a little bit more. I'm just using my LA Girl Pro Concealer. Okay, so now that my lids are primed and ready, I'm going to be using the Aphrodite palette on this side and the Huda Beauty on this side, just so you guys know where I'm at. So I'm going to first go in with Admire as a transition shade right here. So I'm just going to pick up a little of Admire. There isn't much fallout with this palette. There is a tiny bit, but with any pigmented shadow you're going to get that. So that's the first thing I'm seeing, and I love that there's a mirror. I love that there's a mirror. So I picked up some of that shade and I'm going to go right into my crease. Okay, that is really pigmented, more pigmented than I expected from a inexpensive palette. Oh, wow. So right off the bat, they're very pigmented. I barely picked up any product, and I did tap off my brush, and I'm still getting a lot of color payoff on my eye. Okay, so that is the shade Admire all blended out in my crease. And now for the Huda Beauty palette, I'm going to go in with the shade Sandalwood, because that is the comparable color. And I'm going to be using the mirror on the Aphrodite palette, since the Huda Beauty one does not have one. And I'm going to apply that on this side. So as far as pigment wise, honestly, they're pretty similar. But in terms of blendability, I think the Aphrodite palette actually blended it out a little bit better. That's why I never reach for my Huda Beauty palette often, just because the shadows are kind of difficult to blend out. But the colors look very similar. So they're the two side by side. I think they look very similar. The Aphrodite shade was really easy to blend out, whereas the Huda Beauty shade was a little bit more difficult. But they both look beautiful on the eyes, and they both have really good color payoff. So for my second shade, I think I'm going to go in with this color Passion right here. I'm going to try and do kind of like a New Year's Eve look. Don't know how well this is going to turn out, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with Passion and applying that like more precisely in my crease than the first shade. And that's why I'm using a smaller brush. I'm noticing the same thing with this shade. It's blending really well. And with the Huda Beauty palette, I'm going to go in with the shade Suede right here, which is the similar color. It's actually so crazy to me, just like before, the Huda Beauty shade isn't blending as well as these shades are. Like, these shades are so blendable. What is this piece of hair? The Aphrodite palette is actually a lot more blendable than the Huda Beauty palette. Like, I actually want to go in with the Aphrodite palette and use those colors on this side too. Like, do you see this little spot? Probably not. I'm pretty far away, but it just will not blend. Going back into that first shade on both eyes just to smoke it out a little bit and make sure that it's still visible. So now that I have both sides as blended out as they're going to get for now, I'm going to go in and cut my crease. I'm going to do a half cut crease. I'm going to be taking my concealer. I literally never breathe when I do this. Actually, I'm going to switch brushes because I don't like the way this is working. So I'm going to use this Morphe brush instead. It's just a little bit more rounded. Okay, so I'm back and I cut my crease on both eyes. And for the lid shade, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this shade right here, Tease. It's like a white gold shade, I'd describe it as. And I'm just going to be taking a flat shader brush from Morphe and applying that right on the part that we cut out. Wow. These glitter shades are actually really pigmented. Now that that shade is applied, I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty palette and take the shade Moon Dust and apply it on the other eye. They literally look so similar. Like, if you didn't know I was using two different palettes, you would not be able to tell at all. They look so pretty though. So to apply the color on my outer corner, I'm going to go in with this Coastal Scents brush in BRC N08. That's the number of it. And I'm going to go in with the black shade Heartbreak. Oh, I have a feeling this is going to be super pigmented. And I was correct. So I'm just going to be using this brush to just apply it in the place I want it. And then I'll use a different brush to blend it out, just because there is a lot of pigment. For the other side, before I blend it all out, I'm going in with Black Truffle and the Huda Beauty palette. So now that that's applied on both sides, I'm going to blend it out so that we don't look crazy. And I'm going to go in with this fluffy Morphe brush from like a set that I have. And just blend that in light circular motions. Okay, I don't want to use this brush. Okay, so there is a lot of pigment with the shadow. I think this is the one shadow that I don't like very much, just because this is the only one I've noticed that's kind of difficult to blend. It's not the easiest to blend, and it's not blending very well with the other shadows I have on either. It's not awful, but it's not my favorite. The other shades blended a lot better. Okay, so I'm going to leave the eyes like this for now. I'm going to go clean up the fallout and do my base of my face makeup so I can come back and finish the eyes and try out the highlighter palette for you guys. Okay, so super big change. I have all of my face makeup on besides my highlighter. And I'm going to be trying out the highlighter palette that Hush sent me now on camera. So it's a really beautiful palette. It's the Rose or Rose, however you pronounce it, palette. Really pretty shades, and I think I'm actually going to go in with this really bright like white gold shade right here, because I feel like it'll be super pretty and complement the look really well, and it's kind of like a pop since I'm going for like a New Year's Eve look. So I'm going to just apply it with a Morphe M510 brush, and I'm going to spray my face to give it a fair shot with MAC Fix Plus, because I always spray my face before I do my highlighter. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. To dip into the shade and apply it. That is really pretty. It's a lot more like bluish than I thought though, so I think I'm gonna mix these two shades right here so it's a little bit more gold. It matches the eye a little bit better. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Definitely not the color I expected it to be, but it's gorgeous. Really buttery, and they're super affordable. So Hush has some really good products. On the nose a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of this highlighter on the inner corner of my eye too, just to kind of like tie it together. So I'm just going to go in with it and apply it right here in the inner corner. Look at how pigmented that is. That is insane. I'm going to use it to highlight my brow bone too, because why not? Oh my god. Wow, that is so pretty. Just also realized I didn't wipe off the bake on my face, so that's cute. So I think I'm just going to go in with lashes, and I'm just going to be using my favorites, the Ardell Double Up Wispies, and I'm going to apply these off camera and then be back to do my lips and give you the final results and my final thoughts on the Hush product. Okay guys, so I am back and my lashes are applied, and I just added some of the crease shade that we put in our lid from each palette on my lower lash line for each eye as well, just to smoke it out a little bit more. I honestly really love how this look turned out, and to be completely honest, now that it's finished, I cannot tell a difference between these palettes. They both look exactly the same, and honestly I'm kind of liking the Aphrodite palette eye a little bit better. Like, it just looks more blended, it looks more bright in terms of the shimmer, and it is just all around so beautiful. The highlight from the highlight palette was amazing as well, and honestly I really love these products. I didn't know what to expect. I had high expectations because I have heard really good things from and about Hush before, but I am just like blown away with how like good of quality these palettes are. And I'm so thankful to Hush for sending me these products to try out. And I just wanted to do a little disclaimer as well, because I don't think I did in the beginning, that they're not compensating me or paying me to say anything about these products. Well, anything good about these products. They just wanted me to give my honest review, and that's what I'm doing for you. And honestly, like, I love these palettes. Like, they're so beautiful. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want a super affordable palette, or if you want any of their other products that they have on their website, make sure to go check them out, because honestly they're beautiful. I love them. So with that being said, I'm just going to throw some lip color on to complete this look. I'm going to go in with Nathan by Jeffree Star and this Bare Minerals Gloss and Attention Seeker over top of it. So this is a little bit more orangey than I expected, so I'm going to go in with this NYX Lip Lingerie in the shade 19. So the lips still aren't as nude as I wanted, but I do like the color, so I'm going to leave it at this. So that pretty much completes the look. I absolutely love how this turned out. As I just told you guys, it's so beautiful, so gorgeous. I love the shadows. These are great palettes, definitely worth your money. Try them out. Try any palette from the site. I'm sure they're all amazing. I only tried one, but I'm definitely going to get my hands into the rest of them, and maybe I'll film some more tutorials in the future with the other ones that I didn't try out on my eyes on camera today. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I love this. I hope you guys love it too. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and make sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you enjoyed this video, and also give it a thumbs up, and stay tuned for my next one. I'll have some more coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.